drive charging. Ready to engage. Surface scanned by 50%. Surface scan complete. Surface scanned by 50%. Surface scan complete.
Neo-Marlinists expose Hadrian de Val as NMLA leader. Imperator Hadrian Augustus de Val of Nova Imperium is the mastermind behind the NMLA, according to classified information leaked from within ACT. Independent journalist Flint Firemaker Lafos published the details on the Rewired network. Hadrian de Val, the illegitimate embarrassment of the imperial family, or their secret terrorist nemesis? That's the story being told by survivors from the Neo-Marlinist Order of Madrid, who gave up their secrets to save their own skins. According to my source, Landgrave Delacroix confessed to ACT that his faction transported enzyme bombs and Nova Imperium assassins to their targets on the direct orders of Hadrian de Val, who promised rewards and political power in return. Delacroix also revealed that Hadrian was converted to Neo-Marlinism a year ago by his consort Astrid Minerva, a top NMLA agent. She convinced him that becoming emperor would be much easier if all the other de Vals were dead. As for the NMLA's attempt on Hadrian's life last October, that was faked in order to gain the imperial family's trust. Just another false flag operation, which, as we truth seekers know, can be found everywhere. As yet this information has not been verified, and its source remains anonymous. There has been no comment from either ACT or Nova Imperium. Winters claims civilian surveillance is illegal. Galactic Mysteries, the Hesperus. Francesca Wolf of the Wall Glass Investigations Agency examines the Hesperus megaship and the Dredger clan that caused its recent discovery. When the Adamastor derelict received a strange signal, smart money was on it originating from its sister ship, the Hesperus. Both were owned by Azimuth Biochemicals and had vanished 200 years ago. After a united effort to decode and trace the signal, independent pilots located the Hesperus in an asteroid belt around the second star of the Perseus Dark Region KCVC-22 system. Like the Adamastor, it was devoid of life, but not alone. Alongside it was a dredger, whose proximity had triggered the Hesperus's mayday. This was a rare sighting of a dredger clan, one of the nomadic tribes that Gunnarsson recently discussed. The Scriveners clan was originally a fleet of research vessels for a long-forgotten academic consortium. Over centuries they became a self-sufficient society, constantly acquiring materials and information. They're not aggressive, but shun outsiders and jealously guard their knowledge core. I'm fascinated by mentions of research sergeants and lector generals, suggesting their culture is a merger of scholastic and military. With the Hesperus claimed as salvage by the Scriveners and its drive stripped, all chance of learning more was lost. Luckily, 4 encoded data files had resisted upload, and a gap in the dredger's antiquated firewalls allowed pilots to hack them. The decrypted logs have now been preserved for posterity in a nearby tourist beacon. They tell a disturbing story of corporate rivalry, murder and revenge, but also leave many unanswered questions. We know that survivors abandoned ship to continue searching for alien artifacts. Did they all die in space, or did they find something? What did Azimuth's probes detect back in 3113? And who the hell is Salvation, the shadowy figure who contacted pilots to find the Hesperus?
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface scan complete. Surface scanned by 50%. Surface scan complete.
Hadrian Duval refutes NMLA allegations. ACT has confirmed receiving evidence that NMLA attacks were orchestrated by Imperator Hadrian Augustus Duval, who immediately denied the claim. Landgrave Delacroix of the Neo-Marlinist Order of Madrid provided details to ACT that the isolationist group Nova Imperium is at the heart of the NMLA. In response, Hadrian Duval made this statement: "These accusations are completely false. Our political stance is the exact opposite of Marlinism, since we believe in restoring the Empire's traditions. Nova Imperium forces even fought against the terrorists in Madrid, as required by the Treaty of Paris. As for Lady Astrid being a top NMLA agent, my wife has been a loyal Imperial commander since she first piloted a ship. Princess Aisling Duval has publicly decried the allegation and offered support to Hadrian Duval. However, Senator Zemina Torval told the Senate, "Should we be surprised that an extremist organization performs extreme acts? That this arrogant boy who declares himself Imperator should turn to violent rebellion once again? Enemies of the Empire must be punished, even those with Duval blood." ACT is fully investigating the Landgrave's evidence and has asked for patience, despite urgent demands for action from the Alliance, Empire and Federation. Galactic Mysteries, the Hesperus. Francesca Wolf of the Wall Glass Investigations Agency examines the Hesperus megaship and the Dredger clan that caused its recent discovery. When the Adamastor derelict received a strange signal, smart money was on it originating. Guardian artifacts collected for Aegis project. Pilots Federation alert. Aegis's anti-Xeno research program has launched with the mass delivery of artifacts constructed by the Guardians. Many ancient caskets, orbs, relics, tablets, totems and urns were found in the ruins of the mysterious civilization that collapsed over 1 million years ago. Pilots then transported these to the Delphi system for analysis. Professor Albert Tesreau made this announcement. Everyone at Aegis is thankful for the impressive effort made by the galactic community. If we can gain new insights into Guardian technology from these samples, then funding and resources for our work may continue. Aegis has agreed to pursue the development of weaponry and defenses that might prove more effective against the Thargoids. However, as yet the research is in its early stages and there are no signs of imminent breakthroughs. Pilots who delivered Guardian artifacts can now collect their rewards from Aegis research at the Alexandria megaship in the Delphi system.
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface scan complete.
Federal leaders launch rival data requests. Pilots Federation alert. Data deliveries are required by competing initiatives to increase or decrease civilian surveillance in the Federation. President Zachary Hudson has asked the public to contribute to making the Proactive Detection Bureau more effective. The PDB requires access to lesser-known comms channels where terrorists and criminals lurk. Supplying it with data from multiple sources will allow us to root out more potential threats. To counter this campaign, Shadow President Felicia Winters aims to protect personal communications from being intercepted. My duty is to help citizens preserve their constitutional right to privacy. If enough data can be gathered for baseline testing, we will distribute legal technology and techniques to secure against government intrusion. Both campaigns require deliveries of the following data types: anomalous bulk scan data, exceptional scrambled emission data, specialized legacy firmware, and unusual encrypted files. To support President Hudson, pilots should deliver data to Grosley Dock in the Nanomum system. To support Shadow President Winters, pilots should deliver data to Ito Orbital in the Rhea system. Political analysts believe that since Hudson and Winters are organizing these projects personally, there may be repercussions for the security and stability of the systems where each has influence. Kumo crew starports open for business. Pilots Federation alert. 5 new starports constructed by Archon Delane's recent campaign have now become fully operational. The Orbis stations, which are run by the Kumo Council faction, are listed below. Kumo City in the Pegasus Sector PNTC 314 system, Hawa region. California Freeport in the Ep.118 system, California Nebula. Crimson Exchange in the Ep.10792 system, Sothis region. Fort Xeno in the Ep.62154 system, Coalsack Nebula. Delane Terminus in the EOL Pru PCKC991 system, Colonia region. The starports will provide a full range of services, although their low populations bring concerns that they may be understaffed. Additionally, security agencies in nearby systems expressed fears that since they are operated by the Kumo Crew Syndicate, they are likely to harbor black markets and promote illegal activity. Arch Corsair K. Valentine, a senior member of the Kumo Council, addressed this when she told the Pegasus Sentinel. These starports exist solely to encourage trade, which is the lifeblood of our galaxy. Sometimes a little lifeblood can get spilled here and there, so I'm sure our new neighbors will welcome our protection, yes? Other factions have appeared in the 5 systems, including subsidiaries of Sirius Corporation. Several news feeds have speculated about an ambiguous connection between the Syndicate and the Megacorp, whose financial support might explain how the Kumo crew managed to extend so far beyond its territory. Federal leaders launch rival data requests.
Surface scan complete.
Nova Imperium targeted by superpowers. The isolationist group faces attack by both Federal and Imperial factions after accusations that Imperator Hadrian Duval is the NMLA mastermind. The League of Mandu arrived in the Parisa system last week and quickly established a foothold. Admiral Natalia Lee, commanding the Harmony's Shield megaship, announced, "Our purpose is to eliminate the terrorists who slaughtered so many Federal citizens. We advise the Empire to stand aside and allow us to deliver justice." Magister Julius Hallstrom of the Parasi Empire Consulate declared, "In the name of the Emperor, we stand ready to purge the NMLA from the Parisa system, and the Federation too, unless they withdraw." Hadrian Duval has broadcast a message via Parisa News Network. The NMLA faked my identity when dealing with the Neo-Marlinist Order of Madrid, knowing the superpowers would do their work for them by killing another Duval. Nova Imperium will defend itself if necessary, but we are not responsible for any terrorist attacks. ACT is still attempting to corroborate evidence provided by the Landgrave of Madrid. Praetor Leo Magnus, Nova Imperium's security chief, is reportedly aiding their inquiries. The Senate has urgently requested direction from the Emperor, but Chancellor Blaine declared Her Majesty cannot pass judgment upon a live investigation. initiative increases federal surveillance. Pilots Federation alert. President Zachary Hudson's call for data deliveries has enhanced civilian surveillance within the Federation. His campaign received more data than a competing request from Shadow President Felicia Winters, which aimed to offer ways of protecting communications against interception by the Proactive Detection Bureau. For both initiatives, anomalous bulk scan data, exceptional scrambled emission data, specialized legacy firmware, and unusual encrypted files. President Zachary Hudson hailed this show of public support for the federal government. Our citizens deserve security, and with their contributions to the PDB's databases, we are now in a better position to protect them against terrorism. Analysts predict that this outcome will boost security for systems that fall within Hudson's personal sphere of influence. It is also expected that a loss of public support will reduce stability within systems where Winters has authority. Pilots who supported President Hudson can now collect their rewards from Gresley Dock in the Nanomum system. Pilots who supported Shadow President Winters can now collect their rewards from Ito Orbital in the Rhea system. Nova Imperium targeted by superpowers. The Federation attacks Nova Imperium. Pilots Federation alert. Open warfare has begun in the Parisa system between Nova Imperium and the League of Mandu, a federal faction. Imperator Hadrian Augustus Deval has been accused of masterminding the NMLA starport bombings, according to evidence provided to ACT. Admiral Natalia Lee, commanding the Harmony's Shield megaship, declared, "The Empire refuses to arrest a Deval, even when he and his organization are brutal terrorists. In the name of the hundreds of thousands of federal citizens they murdered, we will enact justice." Hadrian Deval made an announcement from Dyson City, the home station of Nova Imperium. This invasion of Imperial space is based on false information. The Federation does not have the right to act as our judge, jury, and executioner. I call upon the Empire to come to our defense, as stipulated in the Treaty of Parisa. Nova Imperium is an isolationist group that believes in retaining imperial traditions and severing all ties with other superpowers. Hadrian Deval is the illegitimate grandson of Emperor Hengist, whose heritage was officially acknowledged last November. ACT is currently working to verify claims that the Neo-Marlinist Order of Madrid aided the NMLA on Imperator Deval's instructions. The Voice of Salvation. Pilots Federation alert. The enigmatic Salvation has sent a message to the commanders he recently recruited to discover the Hesperus megaship. The vessel was found in the Perseus Dark Region KCVC-22 system, after Salvation provided an access key to read its automated SOS. Pilots were then encouraged to deliver any surviving logs to Taurus Mining Ventures at the Hindmine asteroid base in the T Tauri system. Patience Middleton, a representative of the corporation, announced, "Salvation has authorized us to offer 2 million credits or 10 units of void opals for delivering the Hesperus's logs. This contract ends on the 21st of May 3307, after which payments will not be available. We have been asked to relay the message below. This is Salvation. I call myself this as I cannot yet reveal my identity, but my scientific breakthroughs will literally save all of humanity. The Adamastor and the Hesperus were just the beginning, as I have always known. For my intrepid agents, there will be further work to come. Little is known about Taurus Mining Ventures, and Salvation remains anonymous. Commanders are therefore being cautioned against undertaking tasks for a potentially criminal organization."
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface scan complete.
Alliance election campaigns resume. The election of the Alliance Prime Minister will take place on the 27th of May, having been postponed due to the Galactic Summit. Vanya Driscoll, political correspondent for the Alliance Tribune, reported, Prime Minister Edmund Mahone's decision to postpone the election for 3 months caused enormous disruption and mass protests. This may have mortally wounded his campaign to be re-elected as head of government for a second 6-year term. With hindsight, it's clear that Mahone was prioritizing the Sirius Treaty, a detailed proposal to unite the superpowers against the Thargoids. Unfortunately, the Galactic Summit was prematurely halted by the 9 Martyrs bombings before the treaty could be agreed. Although there are several candidates, Mahone's only serious challenger is Councillor Nakato Kane. She has been a vocal critic of his expansionist policies and gained much public support for her focus on boosting trade between Alliance systems. Electoral votes will be cast by members of the Alliance Assembly, whose decisions reflect popular opinion in their constituencies. No previous Prime Minister has served more than a single term, so it remains to be seen whether Mahone will defy precedent or Kane will follow the pattern of history. Parisa conflict risks war between superpowers. There are widespread fears that current hostilities in the Parisa system may force the Empire and Federation to declare full-scale war. The situation has been covered by mainstream media. The Imperial Herald. Hadrian might be the black sheep of the Duval family, but should he die by Federation hands, honor would demand retribution. Already the Imperial Navy is mobilizing in anticipation of the Emperor's reaction. The Federal Times. The evidence that Nova Imperium orchestrated the starport bombings is credible, but the possibility of subterfuge remains. Could the NMLA really fake so many orders from Hadrian Duval to such a believable standard? I on Akana. An attack against a Duval is an attack against us all, even if he does turn out to be a terrorist. How dare those Fednecs try to judge our criminals for us? Seoul today. Hundreds of thousands dead, 500,000 wounded. Our people deserve retribution. But as usual, all the imposers care about is pandering to their monarchy. Parisa News Network. The death toll is soaring as full-blown battles rage through our system. Parisans are terrified at facing conquest by the Federation. Can we rely on the Empire to save us? Nova Imperium triumphs over Federation. Pilots Federation alert. The conflict in the Parisa system has ended with Nova Imperium defeating the federal-backed League of Mandu faction. Imperator Hadrian Augustus Duval had been targeted following accusations that he controlled the NMLA paramilitary group. He delivered a public address. Our hard-earned victory brings great honor to all who fought against the Federation's invasion. Their arrogance justifies our long-held belief that the Empire must stand apart from other superpowers, but Nova Imperium will continue to serve in the fight against terrorism. Memento Mordanticus. Ambassador Catherine Carlyle of the Federal Diplomatic Corps made this statement. Although we are grateful for their zeal in combating the NMLA, our intermediaries at the League of Mandu have acted hastily and will soon depart from Imperial space. Pilots who fought for Nova Imperium can now collect their rewards from Dyson City in the Parisa system. Pilots who fought for the League of Mandu can now collect their rewards from Harmony's shield in the Parisa system.
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface scan complete. Orbital flight engaged.